Hello and welcome to About Anything. Today we're going to talk about the TV show The Dukes of Hazzard. The Dukes of Hazzard was a TV show which ran on the CBS network from 1979 to 1985. The show, which lasted 7 seasons, had 147 episodes during that time. The hit series, which was inspired by the 1975 movie entitled Moonrunners, focused on the Duke family of fictional Hazzard County, Georgia. The family was led by Uncle Jesse Duke and also consisted of cousins Bo, Luke, and Daisy Duke. Each episode they will find themselves on the wrong side of the corrupt law made up of County Commissioner Boss Hogg and his sidekick, Sheriff Roscoe Coltrane. In this video, we will explore the top 10 moments or signature trademarks from this classic TV program.
Welcome to Hazzard County.
At number 10 is the iconic theme song, written and sung by balladeer Waylon Jennings, the song we played before all 147 episodes. The song itself will become a number 1 hit on the country single chart in 1980.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born. Straightening the curves, flattening the hills. Someday the mountain might get them, but the law never will. Making their way the only way they know how. That's just a little bit more than the law will allow. Just a good old boy, they wouldn't change if they could. Fighting the system like a true modern-day Robin Hood.
Number 9 is Luke being reunited with his long-lost brother Judd during a season 6 episode. Said to have died in a fire as a baby, Judd surprises everyone with a visit to the Duke farm. And of course, in Duke fashion, we never hear of him again after this episode. Here is a clip of Judd's first appearance showing up at the farm.
Give her 5 minutes. Could be a little browner. I'll get it.
You're the expert.
Yeah,
Mr. Duke.
that's right.
Mr. Duke, I know you're going to find this hard to believe, but my name is Judd. I'm Luke's brother.
You're, Luke?
Luke, there's a fella here that...
I heard him.
Come on in.
I don't know if this is your idea of a joke, but it ain't funny. My baby brother Judd died in a hospital fire when he was 2 weeks old.
Yeah, I know there was a hospital fire, but I wasn't lost in it. You see, there was this lady, Mrs. Nelson, a nurse, and she was a widow lady. And when the fire started, she grabbed me up and ran. She saved my life.
As a matter of fact, they never did find any remains.
Well, that's because there wasn't any, and everybody thought I was a goner, and she didn't have any children, so she just took me to the next town and raised me as her own.
I can't believe it. How do you expect us to believe that? You come waltzing in here with this story. Why didn't you come looking for me before?
Because I didn't know anything about you until she took ill 6 months ago. She told me the truth on her deathbed. And I've spent every last dollar I can lay my hands on since then on a private detective trying to find my family.
Well, that sure is a right good story.
There sure is a family resemblance, too.
In case you need proof, Mom, Mrs. Nelson says that, well, I guess we got something else in common. A birthmark.
A birthmark.
Yeah. If the young lady over there turned her back for a minute,
It's in the same place as mine.
same place.
My baby brother.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
It's my baby brother.
This is Bo. This is Stacy.
Number 8 has the various celebrity speed trap victims. Starting in season 2, but mainly in season 3, a special guest musical star was caught in Roscoe's speed trap and made to perform one live song at the Boar's Nest. Here is Tammy Wynette singing Rocky Top for everyone.
Even old boss still had some things working for him, like the Hazzard speed trap. Whenever he heard somebody important was driving through Hazzard, old boss would have Roscoe nail them for driving over 55, then give them their choice. 6 months in jail, or 1 free song at the Boar's Nest.
Wish that I was home on a rocky top down in the Tennessee hills. Ain't no smoggy smoke on rocky top, ain't no telephone bill. Once I had a man on rocky top, half bear, the other half cat. Wild as a mink, but sweet as soda pop, I still dream about that. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. What's too strange to climb no Rocky Top, looking for a moonshine stick. They ain't never left no Rocky Top, I reckon they never will. Corn won't grow at all on Rocky Top, the dirt's too rocky by far. That's why all the folks on Rocky Top get their corn from a jar. Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee.
At number 7, in the Season 7 opener, Happy Birthday General Lee, we have a flashback episode to the year prior to where Season 1 began. In this episode, we see the backstory of some of the major Duke events. In this clip, we have the backstory of Daisy getting her job working at the Boar's Nest. And there's another reason for this clip to be included, but I'll let Boss Hogg tell you that for himself at the end of the clip.
Oh, I certainly am going to earn my 1%. Oh, good grief. J.D.
Hello, Jesse.
We got to talk to you. We got something very important to talk to you about.
All right, go ahead.
We want to ask you...
Huh?
I can't say it. You say it.
Well, boss, we need a loan.
Oh, is that what you want, a loan?
Yeah.
Never let it be said that J.D. Hogg's Bank of Hazzard County ever turned down a fair request of any citizen for a loan.
Oh.
So I'll give you a loan at an interest rate of 30%.
30%? That's 3 times your usual rate.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, so it is.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to attach your farm as collateral, too.
Our farm?
It's a little rich for our blood, ain't it?
A little rich. J.D., I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take the loan for 15% interest.
30% or forget it.
Forget it. Well, then.
Wait a minute. Boss, you have always wanted me to come to work for you at the Boar's Nest, right?
Yeah, so?
Yeah.
Well, if you give Uncle Jesse 15% like he said, I'll do it.
Daisy, you don't want to go work for Bob.
Wait a minute! Hold your horses, everybody.
Good.
Let me get this straight, Daisy. You're saying that you'd go to work for me at the Boar's Nest, permanent, if I give your Uncle Jesse a loan at 25% interest.
I said 15%, boss.
Make it 20.
15% or you can forget it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You may be a duke, but you sure got the most beautiful legs in all of Georgia.
Yeah.
So it's a deal.
Yeah.
Well, there ain't nothing wrong with old boss's eyes.
For number 6, we have Bo and Luke fighting. Although cousins, they were as close as 2 brothers, and thus fights will happen. Such is the case in the Season 3 2-part opener Carnival of Thrills as the boys fight about Bo's new girlfriend and his upcoming car jump.
Now, boys, now, just simmer down before you do something you'll regret the rest of your life.
Uncle Jesse, I ain't got no regrets about nothing. Especially not this.
Cousin, you just started something you ain't half man enough to finish.
Jesse, make them stop!
Oh, now, Daisy, you're wasting your breath.
They're hurting each other. Stop!
There's only one way to stop this thing. Get up on your feet, stop acting like jackasses, and apologize to each other.
Coming in at number 5 is CB handles and the use of CBs throughout the show. In the late 70s and early 80s, there of course was no cell phones. So the method of communication used in the show was CB radios, and they were everywhere. In the car, at home, at Cooter's garage, everywhere. Everyone had them. And they had outstanding distance and audio quality. With that came CB handles for the Dukes and Cooters, as you hear in these clips.
Shepherd's a lost sheep. Shepherd's a lost sheep. Over.
Bo here, Uncle Jesse. Anything wrong?
I should have said Shepherd's a black sheep. Now, I want you two back here right away. We got a lot of plain talking to do.
Bo Peep, this here's lost sheep. Come on in, Bo Peep.
I hear you, Bo. What's up?
There's a lost sheep calling country cousin. Come back.
Country cousin here.
You get on your CB and put a spot on them. So they may be monitoring us.
I got you covered. All right.
Breaker one. Might be crazy, but I ain't dumb. Crazy Cooter coming at you. Anybody home on the Hazard net?
Number 4. Back to the Season 7 opener flashback episode. This clip answers the questions of, why was the car orange? Why was the car given the number 01? And why was it given the name the General Lee?
Yes, sir. We got us a home.
Yeah, boy. Hear that little tapping in there, little Cooter?
A little tapping. The timing's a little off.
Well, listen, you two get after that, and we'll see if we can find some paint to throw on this thing.
All right.
Well, Uncle Jesse, I think sounds great, huh?
Is this all the paint you got here, Cooter?
This is all orange.
Yeah, y'all, I am a little thin in the paint department, but now that's a nice reddish orange. Huh?
You know, for 8 years, I've been wondering how that happened. When the sun finally rose on Hazzard the morning of the big race 8 years ago, the sound of a powerful motor could be heard coming out of Cooter's garage.
Wow. It's awesome. It's just awesome.
Yeah, and this old boy's gonna run awesome, too.
And I love the way you put that 01 on the side, fellas.
Yeah, well, from now on out, that's going to be the story of our lives. We start out with nothing. It's number 1 here all the way.
Hey, man, I'll tell you something else. Uncle Jesse couldn't have come up with a better name. I mean, after we put the rebel flag on there and stuck that Dixie horn in there, there couldn't have been nothing more appropriate than General Lee.
At number 3 is the return of Bo and Luke Duke. Between seasons 4 and 5, Bo, played by John Schneider, and Luke, played by Tom Wopat, had issues coming to a new contract. So they're written now the first 18 episodes in favor of even more cousins, Coy and Vance. In this clip, Bo and Luke return to Hazzard County to the joy of the family and us fans, but to the dismay of Boss and Roscoe.
Gonna have to give out duplicate prizes. Anyhow, I'm very pleased to announce that the winners are Bo and Luke
Well, Bo's slowing down his old age.
Well, sir, don't y'all want to get a better look at the lovelies?
What a horrendous surprise.
Hey,
I'll tell you, Daisy, you still are the prettiest and healthiest girl in Hazzard.
Man, you come home for a visit, didn't write or nothing?
Oh, well, we ain't exactly home for a visit, Uncle Jesse.
We're home for good.
Why? What happened?
You in trouble? No, shoot, things
No,
ain't
there
never
ain't
been
no
better.
trouble. Listen, we talk about it later over dinner, all right?
All right, now I'll tell you what. You fellas stay here and have a beer. Daisy and me'll go home and fix a big welcome home. All right, you do it. We'll eat
Well,
it.
I want to say something. I'm just so thrilled I got my whole family back together again.
You just say it.
So now we're at the number 2 moment in the Dukes of Hazzard history, and that will be Luke's first hood slide, which took place during Season 1, Episode 2. This classic move got many of us kids in trouble in the 80s as we began to try to pull this move off on our own parents' car. Also, special mention to the entrance through the window, which is another thing us kids in the 80s began to try to do. Before we go to our number 1, or actually our number 1s plural, we have the low point in Duke's history. That is the Season 5 opener in which Bo and Luke have left for the NASCAR circuit and Coy and Vance are summoned to help out around the farm.
Kinda empty, ain't it?
Bo and Luke ought to be landing in Atlanta by now, huh?
Yeah.
Uncle Jesse, I'm real happy that those boys made the NASCAR circuit. It's just that things aren't going to be the same around here anymore.
That's for sure. But we knew it was gonna happen sooner or later.
Yeah?
It ain't like they just up and left us high and dry here. They didn't take that job now until they was sure Coy and Vance would be along here to give us a hand.
Still, nobody could be like Bo and Luke. I mean...
Of course not. But listen, Coy and Vance, now they just can't be ordinary people. Coy got to be a test driver up there in Detroit. Now, you got to be somebody to do that. And Vance, he was moving right up in the Merchant Marine before they decided to throw in together. Now listen, them two's got Duke blood in their veins. And having that, they're going to be something special. You wait and see.
Uncle Jesse, you know, after 6 years, I don't think I'm going to recognize my own cousins.
Oh, I think you'll recognize them. Now, do you recognize them?
Daisy, Uncle Jesse.
Hey, Prince. How are you?
This sure beats any port I ever seen in the Merchant Marine.
Sam, we're beginning to wonder if you'd ever get here.
Oh, if I'd have known we was gonna get a welcome like this, we would have come back years ago. Ain't that right, Coy?
Shoot, we never would have left.
As for a tie at number 1, we have the first broadcast jump of the General Lee. This comes from the pilot episode One Armed Bandit. This is the first of many jumps to make it to the airwaves over the next 7 years.
Coming at you, Sheriff.
They're all mine.
And also at number 1 was the first jump of the General Lee in the Duke's own timeline. In the Season 7 opener, we flash back to when the boys first get the General Lee. So while being chased by the crooks, they launched the General Lee into its first ever jump.
Oh, great. The dang bridge is washed out.
No, we got him now.
Why aren't you slowing down? We're gonna crash.
Wish me luck.
Oh.
Folks, this here is a historic moment. The first jump ever made by General Lee.
So there you have it, the top 10 moments or trademarks of the Dukes of Hazzard. How did you find our list? If you have something that should have made our top 10 list, please let us know in the comments below. This is About Anything. Please like and subscribe.